so still working on this project. I like working in the dark, so you can clearly see this is very dull. It's getting there. Listen, it's a lot of Stone Age here over the years. What I'm gonna have to do is individually go into these honeycombs and clean them. Probably get a brush in there, clean them. But you know, right now, since I'm not using water or anything, this is where I'm at. Doing the plate half of it. This side I've already done in a sense. Still needs to be cleaned off. Engine needs to be done. This side's a lot duller than the other. Then I have to do this whole side, and that will only be the compound. And of course, I have to go to the step 2. This guy is a real terrorist when it comes to cleanliness. Ugh. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice, nice, nice. Yep. There you go. It's all in the details. Alright, so I'm going to take this apart. This is rusty or whatever, and paint this down there. Just make it look great again. And that's the whole goal of this vehicle. Alright. You know what? Pretty clean in here, considering like there's no oil residue or anything like that. Nothing crazy. So just going to clean this up and spray it. You see the back looks like some paint or something with this. We did these just recently. Got those nice Bilsteins in there. You got the springs. So you know what? A little tidbit here, and it's true. You know, sometimes I do this on my own cars. I kind of forgot. I gotta see. But if you're seeing like the water is backing up and it's not coming out, it's because all these leaves are in here. So for me, I just bought 2 new ones of these because these things are shot. But taking off this wheel well, you know what's funny? You don't even have to take off the whole thing. You could just like take off just this little bit and then clean all this out because these are super dry. These seem semi-new. And you know what? You check for good old rust over here and everything else. I'm going to get the vacuum, just vacuum them all out. But yeah, it just shows you that this could be a big problem. And that's why sometimes you see these areas in these B7, B6s, maybe they start to, or in the Audi really, they start to try to rust. So, all right, we're ready to go. Time for the gold. Huge difference. Look at these. It's terrible. There you go. That's what it should be, really. Still waiting on the caps. What a pain. Actually, I have the factory caps to these wheels, but I'd rather put the Audi caps in there, especially with the black. You know what? The gold looked pretty good. You could actually see it from a distance, too. The car is definitely shaping up. And there is more to go, so it is what it is. Just cleaned up the engine today. You know, not really that dirty as you would expect it to be. Really not that bad at all. Nice and clean in there. Yeah, I shot some water in there. Yeah, right. Yeah, that all covered up in plastic. And now I just got to put back that airbox. There it is, the APR airbox. That looks like I got to clean in there too. And just kind of shape this all up. Yeah, but it really is looking good, I have to say. The car is coming along. And of course, there's a lot more to come. It's all about the details. Oh, I see the microwave back. So just ordered a set. And let's put them on. Big difference. Yeah, it's the little things that mean a lot. You know what I mean? Those bolts look ugly, so there you go. Alright, doing the engine flush. So I got to sit here for 15 minutes. I just poured it in. It's clear. Kind of almost looks, I guess, like gasoline a little bit, possibly. And that should do the trick. You're not supposed to rev it. You're not supposed to drive it. My place. So my buddy did tell me about this. It hasn't come on for me yet, but now it has. And I've ordered the valve, the N80 valve, so that should really take care of this. And I have the new PCV. Just waiting on parts from ECS. That's the biggest hurdle in this game of trying to, like, you know, maneuver and flip cars and stuff like that. I didn't want to order from ECS because they're terrible, but I had no choice. They had it. Unfortunately, FCP didn't have what I needed, and that's just how it goes, you know what I mean? Okay, so the more low project, gotta love it. I don't know why people want to lower their cars so they basically scrape everything. Really, the culprit is the way that these are positioned, and if I loosen them, which it looks like I can, and then kind of adjust them up, it should really help out a lot. My main issue here is getting in and out of my driveway. I have like a very steep hill, and then when it comes to the point and then goes basically flush again with this particular garage level right now, that's when it seems to be hitting. And I think really this might just solve it and make this vehicle just a little bit better when it comes to sort of, riding on the roads, if you know what I mean, because it's hard out there, especially with speed bumps and everything else. Vehicle's having an interesting issue. B7, A4, S4, RS4, whatever, right? So I switch both of them. I says, before I go crazy, let me switch both sides. All of a sudden, this one is bright as could be, right? So then I said to myself, you know what? Let me just do something bizarre, okay? And I'll show you what that is. There we go. Just a little bit. I backed off this. It's not fully in. And now all of a sudden, it's bright as can be. Isn't that bizarre? And I'm glad I switched both of them to see, because I wasn't able to replicate it until I says, let me leave the lights on and slowly pull this one out and see. And that was my issue. Now, other cabrios and stuff always have an issue too with their reverse light. It never works right. It's like never properly in there. Even though you see it in there properly, it's like you gotta stuff a little bit of something in there in order to make it work. These cars are weird. I mean, listen, it's 20 years old. Stuff happens, things happen. But I figured, let me switch both connectors, let me switch both lights before going out trying to buy one. Unfortunately, I'm not really an electrical guy where I have that machine to figure it out. I wouldn't know what the ohms are anyway, so it's just trial and error. But most of the stuff I've noticed with a lot of these Audis, it's just unplugging things and plugging them back in. It's just that simple. I could tell that this vehicle was being robbed of air. So what happened was this piece in here, this metal piece that holds it open, was kind of more towards the front. So the rear was getting quite collapsed. And listen, this isn't a factory basically setup. It's using a factory part here, and then it's going into an aftermarket. But this whole top piece here was basically crushed in. So not really enough air getting in there. Hopefully that will give it some more air, which will relate to some more boost.